our freedoms, which is the way God meant it to be. God gave us our freedoms. The Constitution didn't, you know? We're just one more false flag bombing in America away from being under martial law. We had our first false flag bombing in America on 9/11, where the government blew it up. That's right. Our military intel people know that the government blew up 9/11. They tell us that. They know it. They can prove it. But the problem is we have criminal judges in this land, and you can't get the evidence before criminal judges. They don't want you to bring it in. But we have enough evidence to prove, and I'm talking to you as a police investigator of many years, in the 6th largest city in the United States, Phoenix, Arizona, where we had 2,500 men and women under arms, that I became the most highly decorated officer in the Phoenix Police Department within 3 years of becoming a police officer. One officer of the year, 2 years, and third year came in second place out of 2,500 men and women. But then I became the most fired officer in the history of Phoenix, Arizona. For my constitutional work with fellow police officers and soldiers. I was honored because I kept telling the department and my fellow soldiers, or police officers it was, that, see, I'm a Vietnam veteran, so I get a little confused between soldiers and police officers. And thank you. But I kept telling my fellow officers, do not accept any immoral orders. Do not accept any unlawful orders. And they were given to us all the time. Those orders were given to us all the time. And the problem, though, was that I was a Christian police officer, and so shortly after I started my campaign, started publishing Aid and Abet Police Military Newsletter on constitutional issues, that they started screening out Christians from hiring in the Phoenix Police Department. Anybody of a high moral character, they were screening them out. They would have an oral interview of about 600 questions, and then they'd have a written interview that had about 10 pages you had to fill out, all about your moral character. And if you are of high moral character, they washed you out. They didn't hire you because of Officer Jack McLam raising such hell in the police department against tyranny and treason, you know. Sad, very sad. I have some great police officer friends that are still on board, but they were Christians and they were high moral character when they came in. It's just the problem is they don't get promoted. What we found out in law enforcement that was a part of this martial law scenario, when I was still on the force, we had a program going on where the most evil, the most criminal, the most unconstitutional officers were promoted up through the ranks to the top levels of government. And the same in the judgeships. The same in the judgeships in Phoenix. We watched and we saw the most evil, the most corrupt prosecutors, lawyers promoted up to judgeship. If you were willing to shoot your mother for a nickel and take bets on which way she'd fall, you could become a judge in America. Because that's the ones they wanted. They wanted criminal judges, they wanted criminal police chiefs, criminal FBI agents, criminal CIA agents, DIA agents, and everything.